this first story, you're about to see a magic trick that was done right before Richard's eyes, and he still couldn't believe it.
Okay, I'm convinced. They call these Scotland Yard handcuffs. They're really used in Britain, huh?
That's correct, and they call them bottleneck handcuffs because the Scotland Yard say they're as hard to escape from as a bottle.
Well, I'm convinced you can't do it without this key. Now, I'm telling you the truth. Geoffrey here is going to, believe it or not, let me put these on him. Not only these, but a series of chains. And believe it or not, he's going to get out without the keys. I've got the keys here. Okay. Got that around your neck. That's going to be locked.
Okay, put that lock on. Right down there.
Okay. Now, he's only got so much time because this is awfully tight. And I can tell you, I've tried this before. This is uncomfortable.
Get the cuffs on.
Cuffs on. Okay. Actually, these things are really heavy. How tight do you want this?
As tight as possible. Now, pull it tight, Richard. You don't mean as
tight as possible.
Make it tight, Richard.
We have the straps on, the cuffs, and everything, and now into the bag. That's right.
Geoffrey Hansen is going to escape from handcuffs, chains, and a locked canvas mail bag in less than half a minute, right under my nose. But before we watch him do that, you ought to know some things about Jeff. Not just another escape artist, he's a practiced illusionist born and raised in the Bay Area, known throughout the world for risking his life for an audience. Magic is his life.
Well, I think I was born to be a magician. And I remember when I was a kid seeing a magician and thinking, God, if I could only do that, if I could only grow up to be a magician. If I was only born a magician. And when I was younger, I had crooked teeth and curly hair and was just a mess. In fact, in high school, I failed public speaking in high school. And that's true in the Bay Area here. And even now, I would break all the rules in a show from what you're not supposed to do. But I think the reason it clicked is because I don't try to be anything else but myself.
Geoffrey turned professional when he was a teenager. Now he could retire to a plush lounge in Las Vegas or a couple of television specials, but he chooses to work nearly every day of the year. Here's a man who just likes to give people a thrill. What other world-class magician would you find performing in a Shriners Hospital for children for nothing?
It's not unusual for me to go out to like a hospital and do shows for the kids or for the veterans especially. Even if I wasn't doing it for money, I'd be doing it for nothing because as long as people want to see it, I'll be there.
Introducing Master Showman Geoffrey Hansen.
I think I'm a showman first, but more than that, it's one thing to go out there and do the shows and get all that, but more importantly, I think I try and touch people, touch their lives in a way, in a positive and constructive way. And I think as a magician, obviously, I can't cure the world's problems, but if you can touch their lives in a way that you can share something with them, sense of wonder, a sense of mystery. The point is that I'm not there for applause anyway. I'm there to give them something, not to get glory or anything else.
Geoffrey has fans of all ages and all nationalities. He's an international hit who can speak more than a dozen languages. His greatest fans are in Japan, and a couple of years ago, he nearly died there in an escape that almost wasn't. You'd be excited, too, to see Jeff in a straitjacket 80 feet in the air, fire below, 3 sticks of dynamite at his feet. He was supposed to escape from the straitjacket and climb into the gondola on the end of the crane.
But the gondola hit me on the head, so I was a little not with it. And I got out of the straitjacket, started to undo my ankles to get into the gondola, which I got into, and I had about 30 seconds or less to spare when the explosion went off. And from day to day, sometimes my hearing isn't exactly perfect from being that close to the impact of the explosion.
Real dynamite.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so he does dynamite escapes, but everyone has an itch to get up close to one of these performances to really check it out. That's what I've done. I've been allowed to examine everything and try it on myself. And so far as I can see, it all checks out. Now, this will be even more fun if he can do it right under my nose.
That is locked on one end, and what I'm going to do is thread through this whole thing until anybody can see that you can't get out of this without a key. Now, don't ask me how he's going to do this. I'm new at this, and that's kind of slow, but I think I can get away with doing this before the show is over. Okay, this is not taking that much time. I checked all this stuff out. There we go. How is it in there? A little hot?
Hot. Tied up in my work.
A little tied up, he says. No, you're really tied up. All right, never done this before. Now, Geoffrey has done this all around the world, but he's never done it with me before. I'm a little clumsy. This is the first time I've ever done this. I'm supposed to say hocus pocus or something, I think. You are asking yourself, what is behind this curtain? Okay, we're going to let you check it out. Why don't we move the camera around to the back, and I'll just keep moving things around, showing you that there is no opening, there's nothing around, nothing behind, nothing underneath, nothing on top. He's in there alone with about 40 pounds of straps, leather and chains on. And I saw marks on his body. I mean, I tightened them up. And I had that stuff on a little earlier myself. I can guarantee you that there is nothing funny going on here. This is Geoffrey. And it is about 40 pounds of stuff, believe me. The handcuffs, would we kid you? We wouldn't kid you. I checked all of this stuff out very carefully.
Escape!
That's before I was even... Oh, look at this! It's still locked up.
No holes in the bag? Richard, do you have the keys?
I have the keys. You're going to tell me that the handcuffs are still in there, right?
They're still locked shut.
I don't believe it.
Maybe try the other lock.
Wrong keys.
Amazing. He fooled me. He did it in under 30 seconds. Now, he worked hard at it, and he knows something we don't know. But you know what? I don't want to know how he did it. It's part of the fun of magic.
I have 12 keys here, and we have the chains in the cuffs.
They're still locked shut.
Unbelievable. You know, it's one thing to watch television magic and quite another to watch it close up like I saw it. Now, the way we showed you, we used no magic with the cameras or anything. What you saw Geoffrey doing is real magic.
Rich, that wasn't so difficult. That trick's a snap. Stay with us. Evening will take a short